Public education has been seemingly under attack from many different angles. Administrators and teachers put forth high efforts to provide the needs of students so that they may learn. Issues such as equity, accountability, social and emotional learning, and technology were already at the forefront. Then comes 2020 and the coronavirus COVID-19 scare, magnifying all these issues that were already prevalent. Now, parents are losing jobs, teachers are stretched thinner than ever before, students are separated from their peers, and administrators in schools try to lead everyone to greatness even still. It seems a bit like we are living in a fantasy world. Sometimes I can't believe myself that this is life. It is as if we are all part of some epic quest fighting against the forces of evil, attempting to break down the very cornerstone of our society, public education. In these uncertain times, people don't know what to believe. Has public education failed our children? Is the answer charter schools or public school vouchers? Is it best that our students go back to school full time? Or should schools and society at large shut down? As a leader, it is so important that we keep a level head and make the best decisions for all stakeholders. A children's fantasy novel, such as Harry Potter and The Order of the Phoenix, may not seem like the first choice when seeking knowledge in such times, but this book has many gems and examples of what good and bad leadership looks like in times of strife. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix is the fifth installment of Rolling series. This book follows the events of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Voldemort has returned, but Harry was the only eyewitness to his resurrection to power. There are four notable leaders within this story: Harry Potter, a up-and-coming wizard in training; Dolores Umbridge, a senior ministry employee; the Minister of Magic, Cornelius Fudge; and Professor Albus Dumbledore, long-standing headmaster of Hogwarts of School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. The wizarding world has been split into those who believe Harry and Dumbledore and support he and the Order of the Phoenix, and those who support the Ministry of Magic and deny the return of Lord Voldemort out of fear. Fudge is threatened by Dumbledore and insecure of his own leadership capabilities. Because Dumbledore is, quote unquote, the only person Voldemort has ever feared, he believes the wizarding community will replace him with Dumbledore as the Minister of Magic. Rather than collaborate and utilize Professor Dumbledore for the good of his people, he leads a propaganda smear campaign to discredit Dumbledore and Harry. His insecurities lead Minister Fudge to appoint Dolores Umbridge as a professor and High Inquisitor at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. She is the epitome of the dark side of leadership, as described by Northouse. Umbridge undermines Dumbledore, and as she gains more power, his is stripped away. She eventually replaces Professor Dumbledore as headmaster, who flees to escape imprisonment in Azkaban. Even in his absence, the majority of his staff remain loyal to Dumbledore and trust him to a fault. He seems to have all the necessary traits of a leader, including intelligence, confidence, charisma, determination, sociability, and integrity. Dumbledore always steps ahead of any opposition, although you may perceive his leadership style as laissez-faire at first. He empowers all of his circle, including his students, teachers, and the community, to be leaders. Umbridge's autocratic leadership belittles the other professors and turns staff and students against each other through favoritism. Dolores also only allows the students to learn defense against the dark arts theoretically in order to pass the ordinary wizarding level exams. In order to ensure that they are prepared for the growing evils, the students are forced to select their own leader, Harry Potter himself. Ultimately, Umbridge meets her own demise as the students plot to overthrow her succeed, and she is carried away deep into the Forbidden Forest by an angered herd of senators. Harry was a very humble leader. Although he is reluctant at first, he is encouraged by those who believe in and have seen his talents. Those who were skeptical soon gained their trust of him due to his democratic style and ability to form a positive culture. He begins by allowing members to select their own name, which was Dumbledore's army, also known as the DA, their location, and means of magical communication. Through his leadership, the clumsy and doubting Neville Longbottom is able to master the Expelliarmus spell, and other students are able to master high-level spells such as the Patronus Charm. He is even able to bring Luna Lovegood, long-standing outgroup member, into the core team. He tells them every wizard is great. Every great wizard in history has started out as nothing more than what we are now, students. If they can do it, why not us? Harry is able to balance being task and relationship oriented. He tells them working hard is important, but there's something else that is more important: believing in yourself. When he is plagued with visions of Voldemort's secret mission, his team is ready to follow him into battle, knowing the ultimate price to pay could be their very lives. Although his vision was planted as a trap by Voldemort, and it would seem that Harry did lead the DA into their doom, the battle at the Mystery of Magic allowed Minister Fudge to see proof of what he was denying for months. He, Voldemort, is back. Harry lost his uncle and his only guardian that night. They all gained real life experiences that they would need in the coming years. While he may not have had the traits of the all powerful Albus Dumbledore, he has a team that supports him with strengths that complement his weaknesses. His peers in the wizarding world now see him more than just the boy that lived, but Voldemort's equal and their leader in the fight against darkness. As a child, I read this story for its whimsy and wonder. As an adult, I see the merits in the lessons it taught, and also, of course, still for whimsy and wonder. Educational leaders must be able to inspire others to follow their vision. We must lead in a manner that will cause others to follow us even in most uncertain times, and these for surely are uncertain times for education and our society. Effective leadership is more important than ever before. According to Northhouse, people want leaders who can relate to their circumstances, not a tyrant ready to kick you while you're down. We are in need of leaders who are able to rise up, even in our own fear and doubt, not hide in denial, and hope that the problem will just go away. Some leaders may have the magic touch, but most need a team with whom they can utilize distributed leadership and empower through efficacy. It is important to have the administrative skills necessary to run the day-to-day operations. But at the same time, realizing that building relationships is what will allow others to work by your side. Dumbledore said, we must all face the choice between what is right and what is easy. Choosing another path in life may be easy, but I know that ensuring that all children receive an equitable, quality education, no matter what the circumstances, is what's right. Thank you.